second quarter yet, and this offense has been up and down the field. They've taken a huge lead early. Everything they're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
And he makes the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Here's the pressure. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy in your offense?
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 5.
Get set, get set. Get high, get high, get high.
Looking to throw again. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just
breaks into the open. It's a fumble on the play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He goes down after the short return, but what? Stress, pressure, expectations, and finding out what you're made of. All of those things come into play when you have a top 5 showdown at this point in the season. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes, as we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Canes will kick it away to start us off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone. A little short. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Moore to the air. He's got an open man. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
That's a really nice looking throw. And when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws.
He'll take a deep shot here. And he gets the foot down. It's a catch deep along the left sideline. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. The Ducks want to pick up the tempo. Looking to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Grab behind the line. It's Benson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Back to pass on second down. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! First points of the day are on the board.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They score the touchdown. That was big time.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. To the air. It's Beck. Catch in the middle. It's Fletcher. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Now they'll run the draw. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
Throws to the wideout. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And the Canes are rolling down the field. To throw, it's Beck. Trying to get behind the defense. Touchdown, Hurricane! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Hold and fire complete. Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Ducks in the hurry-up.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
To the air on first down. Steps away. He'll get rid of it. What a job to lay out and make the catch. And the Ducks with the 1st and 10.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver. Listen, sometimes you know as a quarterback, I got to scramble, I get outside the pocket, nothing's there. Live to fight another down. Good job not forcing the football. Incompletion, move on.
Moore will throw. Flips it out on the screen. Oh, better look out.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Quick completion on the out route. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. On 4th down, looking to pass. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Converts on 4th down, still going. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the 1st. It's complete to the right. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Marion. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the catch. Goes out of bounds at the 25, and that's the way to get it out of your own end. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. To the air. It's back. Slings it. He's open on the right. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Daniels. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Takes it the other way. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Ducks! The defense takes matters into its own hands. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
The run from the shotgun. At the 40, there he goes. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Back to pass, it's back. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down. The Hurricanes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Trying to take it back. At the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Oregon! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start. Going to take a shot at this DB. Makes the catch down the right side. Right down the gut of the field. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Miami!
Well, he's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make... Turning it on! And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. Moore to the air. Going for the big play.
So difficult.
Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and listen, find your matchups you like, and you can see. You got your speedster out wide. You like the matchup. He sees it, puts some air underneath that thing, and he outruns the DB. He's got no shot. Runs underneath it, and then walks his way into the end zone for 6.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
I think the wide receiver needs to do a better job making it look like he's going deep. He never got the cornerback that time to turn his hips, and because of it, he couldn't separate, and the ball got swatted away incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the right. Hits the open man. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throwing right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Beck. Throws toward the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Looking for more